Grand rising, peace and power, everyone. Thanks, Ali. Hope we're all having a blessed dawning so far. Let me just invite Empress. We can get started. There we go. Let's give it some time for people to join. Grand rising, Karen. How are you? I've got a recording to send you. I'll be sending that to you today. Hope your rising has been good. Empress is here. Blessings. Let's see. Grand rising, Sarah. Grand rising. I've sent you an invite, Empress. Should be there. Yeah, this week there's a lot going on. We have 3 quite big placements. I'm actually prepping up for the Mercury retrograde as well. So Mercury will be slowing down soon and going into retrograde, I believe, at the beginning of May. Yes, there we go. There we go. Let's get this started.
Hey.
Grand rising. Grand rising.
Hey, lovely. Yeah, man. The vibe dawning, my love. The vibe dawning. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, but to be honest, I experienced burnout on a level I think I've never experienced before.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So it was kind of like, yeah, crashed, like fully crashed. Could hardly look at screens. It was, but then you have to go into the office and work. So I ended up giving him a notice. What?
Well done for that. Well done.
Yes, I've got 1 month left and then I can focus. I really want to focus on doing what I love, which is astrology, studying, writing my books and stuff like that. Right. So I feel like that journey has really, really started. I'm using that Aryan energy to say, yeah, let me change up the game. Let me really change up the game, because if I don't, I feel like something bad's gonna happen to me. You know what I mean? Like I've got back into work. Wow. Sometimes you step away from certain things, I'll say to everybody, when you step away from certain things in life, don't go back out of fear that you're not good enough to do the new thing, because that sometimes you realize that things hit you harder because you've gone back. And I feel like that was the issue. I was afraid. I went back into doing full-time work at a very high level. And then my spirit was just like, brother, we already done past this level, yella. Yeah,
I know that feeling. Trust me. Everyone understands boy in the chat there.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe the burnout is the relief, a release. Yeah, I believe so as well. Because it was hard to me even to give. I was thinking about, the notice for a while. I didn't want to let my team down, but it was beautiful. My manager was really sympathetic, said you're an asset to the team. All of the negative things he was thinking, don't apply to us on our side, but it was that understanding. So definitely say to people, take that step. Do you know what I mean? To live your dream, because the people around you will also support that, when you're doing that. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling optimistic for the future. But right at the moment, I was feeling that Mars-Saturn conjunction going on. I was like, ooh, okay. How about you?
I hear you on that. Do you know what? A bit of a mixed bag this week. So there has been some great highs. On Friday, I did the GEMS event for the University of East London. And it was a success. It was so amazing. I was so nervous because I'd never been streaming live to so many platforms all at once. I'm talking, there was, LinkedIn, this one, YouTube, blah, blah. And I was just like, this is nerve-wracking. So it was great. Yeah, overall, I was able to stretch myself.
Mhm.
I was extremely nervous. And then the mixed bag part was just frustrations around just getting things done, and wanting to get more sleep. This little boy is just doing the
Mhm.
most at the moment, so sleep has been a bit of a myth.
Mhm.
So that was kind of playing on me, lack of sleep, wanting to get stuff done, but then also feeling extremely accomplished because did some big things for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as that was a huge thing. And because it was for an assignment, we got WTF. She's in here, basically, Narissa, big up yourself, for her assignment for university. And
Mhm.
I think they're going to pass with flying colours because the back office was brilliant. They dealt with the damn thing. I had a team behind me. It was on point. All of the effects was brilliant. I managed to do breath work, Reiki, intention
Mm.
setting, a meditation. It was beautiful, a whole 2 hour session. And I hadn't done anything like that in such a long time on my own and to such a huge crowd. So a mixed bag, very, very positive and accomplished, but
Mhm.
also tired and a little bit like,
Mhm.
ugh. So a bit of a mixed bag, but overall great. Thank you.
No, I love that. I really do like that, and you should do one for us, maybe throw it on to Eventbrite and just
Yes,
so we can
yes.
experience. We can experience. I'm sure
Yes.
everybody here in the chat would be willing, to part with some of their good earned money to, experience all that you do because you're amazing at what you do. I've been saying this from the very beginning. So, I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad you're stepping out and you're really making this happen. You're an
Thank
example.
you.
You're an example, honestly. And what we do keeps me
Oh,
motivated
pleasure.
to keep doing what I'm doing as
Amen.
well.
Likewise. Thank you so much for that. And for those who missed it, it's on my YouTube channel. So those who hasn't subscribed, go and tick the link in my bio. You
Mhm.
can watch the whole event. So yes, more to come. Daryl,
Jeez, I love
would you
this.
like to?
So yeah, let's jump into what's happening this week. As I said, a lot is happening. A lot is happening. We've got three major things, three major ingresses, and then we've got the full moon as well, which is the third one. First one is also with Mercury, guys. Mercury is prepping to go retrograde, by the way, guys. So start wrapping up the things or starting the things you need to start. Because in 2 weeks, maybe at the beginning of May, Mercury is going into retrograde, which means it's going to be reviewing what you've already started. And I've started talking about it from last week, but I'm going to keep up that message. Start the things you need to start. It might be a little bit harder, but start it now so that when it comes to review stage, you can actually look and do all of what you need to do. But the first one is Mercury's going into the sign of Taurus. So we all know about Taurus by now. It's a fixed earth sign. It's the slowest mover of the zodiac, ruled by the bull or represented by the bull, and it's ruled by Venus. So it's a very beautiful planet. It's about practicality. It's about sustaining food, drink, the senses. When Mercury goes into Capricorn, it becomes very grounded. Mercury was in Aries, so it's all about getting, thinking about the things we need to get started and writing down the plans, etc. When it goes into Taurus, it's about how do we build this in a way that will last us. It will stand the test of time. It will look good, it will smell good, etc. So what's going to start happening is all of those things that we wanted to start, even if we couldn't start in the time of Aries, but we had the idea, Taurus will then ground those ideas. It may tell us how to make it possible. So if you've been finding it hard to write certain things, writer's block. In Aries, it's all about moving forward. In Taurus, it's like beautiful speech. Let's get practical. Let's write out the plan, and that's on Monday. So tomorrow, it'll be going into the sign of Taurus. So guys, start building the plan, start putting some things down. If you can't physically do it yet, because it is in the planning stage, just make sure that you're planning what needs to be done in the physical, very practical stuff. Maybe not so airy fairy. Some of us, especially myself, my mind can go, a million leagues ahead. This is bring it back
Yeah.
down to earth, ground it. Let's do what we say we're going to do with passion, with beauty, and then You know, we should be able to get those ideas. Writing poetry, any poets or any writers out there, again, it's ruled by Venus. You know, and Venus is exalted at the moment. So that Mercury in with the Taurus side of things, and then you've got the ruler, which is Venus, being exalted in the sign of Pisces, gives it a big boost, you know, especially for anybody who has a lot of Venus or a lot of Libra or Taurus in their charts. You know, this is a good time for you. And then we've got Mars. Goes into this good sign of Pisces. I don't like Mars in Pisces personally. It makes our energy very emotional. You know, it makes it very, very dreamy. And you've also got Jupiter and Neptune there. But the positive side is it'll make us work towards our dreams. So you had Venus, which is there, which is, you know, revealing these things. It's almost pushing us towards our love, the highest version of ourselves. Maybe it's making us take steps we was not able to take before. But Venus is very like attracting. Jupiter is about expansion, and then Neptune is about the dreams. So sometimes you're in the attraction stage, we're bringing things towards us. But now it's in the action stage. You know, when Friday comes and then you see Mars steps in, Mars ain't about law of attraction. Mars is like the marshal, you know, it's do your bit, take this step, you know. So when it's in Pisces, it's like, this is the dream you've been having, this is the values. All right, cool. I'm taking charge now. I'm going to give you the energy. Do what you need to do, but be balanced because it is emotional. You know, we will be going towards love a bit as well. It's like very like loving time, reaching out to others, making sure that, you know, we're connecting with the, let's say, the collective as a whole, and putting our energy into that and into really shifting the emotions that we're feeling within ourselves, but also what we're feeling within others as well. Because this is a time when, you know, the sun is in the diurnal set for the next 6 months until it goes back into Libra, when it goes back into like a nocturnal, so the moon is more leading. So this is about being extrovert, guys. This is about reaching out to your friends, your family, making sure that you're connecting, you're building teams. You know, I'm looking at building a team over the next couple of months myself, you know, so we can really establish things so that by the time summer comes, we have what we need and we can be fully creative with it. We can sustain it. We can use it as like a servant leadership side of things. So right now it's about action, putting the energy in. Mars will conjoin with Jupiter. It will also conjoin with Neptune. So be grounded, do your journaling, because these signs can be very elusive. It could mean that we put a lot of energy into things because we think it's right, because it's got elements of what's right. So it's about, you know, do your journaling, guys, you know, especially because the sun will be going into Taurus. It will give it like a lot of grounding energy, but we need to ensure that we're not, you know, this is perfect. It's like, it was showing you what was possible. It was showing you what was possible, but you need to bring it down into reality and ground it. So use the energy, but make sure we're journaling, because sometimes we're putting energy into things that we shouldn't be putting energy into. And that will be what will be revealed when Mars goes into the sign of Pisces. But then at the other end, you know, when we've gone through it, guys, this is a beautiful time, because the best version of ourselves is coming out. The steps we need to take is coming out forcibly. You know, we have no real choice. These things have been revealed to us. And now it's like, take the steps, use the energy effectively and efficiently, which is the other side, which is if Mars was in the side of Virgo. So it's about efficiency and putting it into the right things. And then, guys, we've got the full moon on Saturday, which we are going to be doing a meditation. Sorry, guys, I haven't made the Eventbrite yet, but I will have that out there. And the full moon is on the Aries Libra axis. So it's about self and others, the balance between what you do for yourself and what you do for others. The main message I like to put out for this particular full moon is the self and the other is one and the same. So understand that there's times you have to do for self, there's times you have to do for others. you know, and there is that balance that needs to be established. You know, if you just do for yourself, thinking that it's all about you, that's not right. If you only do for others, it's also not right. There has to be this balance, understanding that we need to be contributing members to the societies that we live in and the people that are around us. But it has to come from a place of, I know what's right for me. I know what my purpose is. I know what my willpower is saying, which is the Aryan side, and the other side, which is about others. Libra, you know, the sun isn't happy in the sign of Libra certain time because it's like, oh, I can't express myself because I'm following everybody else, you know. But when the moon is there, it's like, I need to be of service to other people. But then the sun is saying, I need to be of service of self. So it is that balance. But we'll go deeper into that, you know, on the full moon. This one will be a recording, so you guys will be able to take it home, send it to your friends, you know, so that'll be available for you. And I'm doing a live one as well, which like including dance and stuff like that, which is so exciting, you know, because I don't dance in public. So people are going to see me dance in public, which is going to be very interesting. So yeah, the link will be in the bio for that. But then, yes, that's everything's going on for this week, guys. So it's an interesting week, but it will be a blessed one as well.
Wow. That was a whole mixed bag.
What a mixed bag.
That was and that's the first thing I said. Oh, a mixed bag. That was a whole mixed bag. So it's really about being diligent and going over and reviewing the things that you think. So it's like, you know, not necessarily going off of the first inclination, but rather sitting with that inclination and saying, all right, how's that going to benefit me and how's that going to benefit those around me? Essentially is what I got from that inside part where you're talking about, you know, it might feel like, yeah, this is the done this or this is the thing to go for, but really sit down and it's about, what's that word? It's not diligent, it's another D one.
Discernment?
That's the one. That's the one. That is where the powers of discernment will be on 10, you know, where you get a chance to actually start to trust yourself and, you know, work out where you get those inclinations, you know, because although you might have it in your mind, there are other contributing factors, the feelings that you feel in your body, you know, the messages that you get from other people. You know, so be really mindful about the signs as well. You know, that's something I'll throw in there. But that was a mixed bag of very, very powerful indeed. That's a lot from that. Whew. Okay.
That is a good time.
Right. This week, yeah. Wow. Let's see what's going on. Right. Seeing that, and then the overall energy now, guys, is duality.
Oh, lovely.
It just goes hand in hand. It just like, yes, duality, you know. So again, like that whole looking after yourself, looking after others, you know, the shadow and the light side, you know, knowing that some things are going to be illuminating and some things you're going to have to step into that space, especially where it's in Pisces and the emotions there, and you know, you have all of the dreams. It's about kind of balancing that again. So it's all a balanced energy. Balance is the name of the game. And I'm loving to see this because, yeah, like I said, my week was duality in itself, for real life. There was so much light and I did this and I feel wonderful. And then, I can't do this no more. You get me? I ain't enjoying this ride. You get what I'm saying? I want to get off. You know what I'm saying? So there is that duality going on in the ether. So again, be kind to yourself. Give yourself that time to review, to go over, and not be so vexed when the shadow stuff comes, because sometimes what I can hear or what I can feel in my stomach, ooh, I don't know who this is for, but there is a whole energy around, you know, almost not woe is me, but why does this have to come up again, or why is this, yes, yin yang, that's right. So it's like that sort of energy where it's, you know, why does it have to happen? You know, and it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, so that you can create a shift, so that you get the opportunity to step out and say, right, what am I learning here? What have I got to do in order to expand my vision? because sometimes the vision isn't as wide as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a limited viewpoint going on, and obviously that's coming more from the shadow part. So look at the limitations that you set upon yourself, and where is these limitations coming from? Are they based in actual factual stuff, or are they based in the emotions of yesteryear, which can also create some dis-ease and imbalance when we are thinking of what has come previously. So it's about becoming a lot more centered and balanced. And Daryl, you said something earlier about one of the planets being about eating and drinking and, you know, and having, I can't remember which one it was.
Mercury and
What was
Taurus.
it?
Mercury going into Taurus.
Right. Yes. So what I'm getting from that energy is be very mindful that this yin yang energy may force you when you're in your more darker element, or even when you're feeling good, to overdo it. We've got temptation. This card speaks of overindulgences. So we have to be very mindful about, okay, so I'm feeling really emotional, things ain't going right, I need to draw for a juice, I need to, you know what I mean, I'm eating things that's not necessary, you know, not helpful for my body, I am over abusing substances, I'm needing this, I'm needing that, just to kind of level myself out, just to make myself feel better, because why is this happening to me? You know, I've been doing all this work, you know, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I draw for a little tear, I'm saying something that's slip off of my mind. You know, I'm trying to say, like, meditate, get yourself out of yourself, but not to the extreme where it's necessary for you to function. And that's what I'm getting. So be mindful about this duality energy. Yes, eat, drink, and be merry, whatever it is that you use to come out of your mind, to elevate yourself, to kind of relax. Be very mindful that it can get very, very, very dark very quickly if you are using it as some type of coping mechanism and there is nothing else outside of that. So be very, very mindful. And this could just be, you know, temptation around anything. It might not even just be substances, but your negative thoughts, that kind of pattern as well. I want to look into what that was about, because that felt very, very strong for someone. Yeah, you see, it's coming from this place of, we've got the Eight of Swords, it's coming from this place of feeling trapped, or almost like things are just going on in the way that they just keep going on, you know, and it's like, it's almost feeling like I can't move. It just feels like this situation or this scenario is just relentless, and I don't see an end in sight. And even if I see an end in sight, is it really going to be over? You know, and this is all a mental thing. The swords are air, so it's like, the thoughts that are coming in are almost debilitating. It's like, you know, yes, I want things to be better, but could it really be? And am I able to take the necessary steps in order to make it happen? So yes, again, it comes back being diligent. You know, what have I been taught here? Why do I feel as though this situation or this scenario is going to be a forever thing for me? You know what I mean? Possibly it could be because you are so used to what's been going on. If there's lots of toxicity, sometimes when you're in that kind of environment and in that nature, sometimes it just rests in it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even really clocking it again. It's just, yeah, what I go through, what happens, and almost it just becomes like a rite of passage. So when things do become lighter and things do become, you know, the opportunities come, or you start to see yourself in a different way, it almost feels like, is that of me? Is that something I should, like, me? Huh? What usually happens, or how things usually go, and it's not about what happened usually or what usually, it's about giving you the opportunity to see yourself in a different way and step out in a brand new way, you know. So don't allow these limiting views to keep you stuck, because there are going to be so many vices and so many people, places and things that are going to want to draw you outside of yourself, so that you don't trust in your abilities. You don't even trust the fact that, okay, we're having a dark season and this is necessary for me, let me work out what the hell it's all about, you know, opposed from sort of just, this is what I'm saying, it's always me, you know. And I've been there on many occasions, let me just put it all the way out there, I'm keeping it a buck, yeah, when I'm ready to feel like, you know, it's not fair. It's, you know, it can be really thick, and it can be very debilitating to my self-esteem. you know. And just to remember that, I just heard self-esteem again, and it was like, to remember that self-esteem does not come from anybody else, you know. Would love a reading. Yes, link in the bio, my sweet pea. Link in the bio. So yes, in that energy, definitely remember that there is more to you than the darkness that's happening, or being so high energy that things are just one. And then, you know what, when I butt my toe, it's duality. The darkness represents the light, and back to front. So you can't have one without the other, is what I'm saying essentially. But not to allow it to be the defining factor, because there are newness happening. We've got here the Page of Pentacles. So it's about that new energy. Yeah, it's about that wanting to set about something. See, we're talking about that plans, Daryl. You were talking about planning, putting things into fruition before this retrograde comes in, because we know that when retrograde comes in, it's like you said, it's that reviewing month. So things are kind of all in the air. That's not the best time to get things done. So in this moment, you're being told to look at the restrictions that you are giving yourself, and these are self-imposed. Yeah, so that needs to be reviewed. Why is that a common thread for you? Because something is pushing and wanting to come out. You know, the page is about newness. It's like the children of the deck. It's like the hopeful and oh, this is what I can achieve, and I want to see this, and I want to see what I can do, and you know, and there's an energy that wants to pop out. So don't allow the self-limiting doubts seeping into the dead kind of vibes, and having to use things as a crutch almost. Some people use their depression or their sense of, you know, I'm not feeling great as a crutch to stay where they are. I'm just not feeling great, you know, and I just, you know, it's a crutch. And we don't want to see it as such, but we get so comfortable with that low vibration energy that we just sit there. And it's just like, well, psycho. And it doesn't actually have to be a psycho. You get what I'm trying to say? That is your choice, you know, with that energy of the duality. So yeah, there was something wanted to push out, guys. So yes, make them lists. Yeah, note it down, journal, journal, journal. Make this thing become a real situation, even if it's just, you know, I want to create this, and the reason why I want to create this, I want to empower, and I want to give people words and affirmations that they can say on a day-to-day basis, or whatever it is that you've got within you to give to the wider world. Like Daryl was talking about at the top of the thing, about the fact that there is coming in to this full moon energy, about this duality with what you give for yourself and what you give to others, and the fact that it needs to be a fine balance, so that one or the other is not losing out. You know, we lose out by putting so much energy into people, places, and things outside of ourselves that we are left lacking. Or we become so self-centered that we're like, yeah, bun what everybody else is doing, this is what I'm on. And when it comes down to the nitty-gritty and you want the support, where's the support coming from? Because nobody never saw you when it was, you know, crunch time, or when it really mattered. So be mindful that there's a lot of energy and a lot of emotions playing out. So if you're going to show up, show up. If you say you're going to be somewhere, be somewhere. You know, it's that kind of energy as well. Emotions again, emotional loss. And I feel this one really, really harsh, because I feel as though the emotion is around feeling lonely, feeling as though maybe all of the things are on your back. It's not all on your back, just to let you know. So in physicality, it may feel like you are the front runner. People come to you. Maybe you're the first, you know, port of call. Maybe you're that person that everybody comes to, but you actually don't have to do this alone. And in actual fact, you have your ancestors and your spirit guides actually moving things in your favor. You're just not clocking it yet. It just all feels too much. It all feels like, why have I got so much responsibility? When realistically, the responsibility is to show you how much you can manage, actually. So you may feel, I can't cope, but you're coping. You're dead. You know, you're here still. You get what I'm saying? You've been able to flex your muscles. You've been able to allow people to exalt you and to give you a sense of encouragement. So there is an energy around, okay, you may feel as though it's all too much, but you are being given something, and the fact that you are helping, you're supporting others in that space. So don't feel as though it's just you, it's just loss, and I'm just giving and giving and giving and nothing ain't coming back, because you will see the fruits of what you've been putting back because of this duality. It will come back to you in a huge, huge way. Okay. I just wanted to find out about what this loss is, but I feel like it's around a bit of loneliness, a bit of frustration. I feel like, see, look at that, walking away. I said, it's enough of this. We've had enough. It's not for me anymore. Yeah, once upon a time in yesteryear, it was my bread and butter. I felt good in it, but it ain't serving me no more. Yeah, so yeah, walking away, reviewing is okay. But just know in this time, it hasn't just been you. You haven't been used and abused. It's about you stretching yourself and being of service. We've got to remember the things that we actually ask. And the universe gives to us. Sometimes, at times, we don't even remember what we said. I want to do this, and I want people to see me, and I want to be of great help to the world, and I want to. And then when it comes down, it's like, it's all too much. Why is people on me? And it's like, what you said. You want to be able to be there, and you want to be a support system, and you want to affect change. So in affecting change, you have to sometimes step out of the place that feels comfortable. And it's very emotional, and sometimes you can feel as though you've been, like I said, used or almost, it just always feels like it's too much on you, and it doesn't have to be. Let some of it go, delegate if you can, and give yourself the time in which to get things done. See, look at that compassion. King of Cups. Yeah, the King of Cups likes to get things done, but he is so compassionate. He's like the partner, he's like the husband, he's like the little confidant. It's okay, just get things done bit by bit. I'm here as the counterpart. So it's reminding you that there is counterparts here to support you. You do not have to do this one up. So some of all of this dodgy energy is coming from the fact of feeling as though in the duality moments, that you're getting beat up more than you should, where you're not really getting beat up, you're just getting shaken up a little bit. You see what's going on? Is this really where you want to go? Is this really what you want to do? Is it for the right reasons? Is it good in your heart? Is it good in your soul? And if not, keep it pushing, move out of the way. And then also again, for some of you, I'm also getting that there's this emotional energy around feeling lonely. Now, this duality, this moment you feeling lonely is just setting you up for when you have so much company that you're like, why is people just there around me? Like, I like my own space. All of a sudden, I just got people there around me. And that's the balance of it. The lonely times are informing the times so that you can look after yourself and build. So when you have a team around you, children, responsibilities piling on, you've had that time for yourself. You've been able to have that time to look after yourself. So now you've got the energy, you've got the extra wisdom from the time that you've given yourself, that self-love and that care, that then now you can go and give on to other people. It's a building mechanism is what I'm trying to say. So in the darkest hours, you are building strength and resilience for when things are popping off and things are positive and people are ringing off your phone, they're getting emails, they want you to come here, they want you to come here, and you just feel like, rah, I'm that guy or I'm that girl, like, oh, listen, I'm about that life, you know what I mean? So in this moment, it's the little working in the background. So don't worry yourself, everything is crisp. You are building for when things get very, very busy. So allow this time to formulate the plans, write them down, the things that you can do one thing towards it. You're gonna see things popping off. See this week, if you do one thing towards the goal with the greatest of intentions to make it happen, you're gonna see things moving out of your way, and you're gonna be like, rah, I thought it was gonna be harder than this. And really, it was all up in the mind. You think it's hard and it's not hard. You know what I mean? You're telling yourself lies. It's all too much. Maybe I should wait for this time because really I've got this and really I've got that. And really you're faffing around with things that's not really necessary. Like Daryl said, work out what's really, really good. You know, are you putting your energy in the right place. So it's all that balance with that duality, people. It's all good. Don't worry yourself. You don't need to beat up yourself anymore than what's going on in general. Don't pile on. It's all good. One last thing as a closing. I just want to get advice from the animal spirit deck for this week. So overall, the duality is here to inform you, gaining wisdom, using your experiences from the downloads in your most shadow moments. Also the high end, things working, not having any, you know, those who are feeling like, yeah, things are working, I feel great. This is so that when things do come to a head, or there is some sort of pause, you're able to look at it in a way that is not debilitating and not like I failed something, or it was going so well and now I buck my toe. It's mainly informing to you what you really want to do and where your love is, really, you know, and your love should be what makes you feel good. It shouldn't be given out of a place of not to just give for the sake of giving. It's got to be practical and it's got to feel right, and you've got to feel like you're making a difference, you know. It's that kind of thing. And it's weird because I'm almost seeing somebody having a whole issue around giving to the homeless. Can I just say, I've seen this vision of somebody feeling like, oh no, there's this whole thing of, if I give them this money, they may go and shoot up their arm, or they may, you know, go and take it for drugs. And if I give them this money, I'm not informing their ability to be independent and forge it for themselves. So there's this kind of giving in the right way, that angst around giving. All you have to know is that all is well with you, the decisions that you make, as long as you've given your time to actually assess what it is that you're giving. You know, are you giving from a petty kind of place, like, one, or is it, I want to give because I have? You get what I'm saying? That's two different things. You get what I mean? And it casts a different energy. So be mindful about that as well. So in closing, Seahorse Spirit says, watch and wait. Watch and wait what happens when you actually take those actions. You're going to see things moving quite seamlessly. And like I said, any bumps in the road are just going to show you what is on the cards for you next. Okay? So be really, the journaling is brilliant, because you can look back and be like, what did I say about Monday, and what was I getting the downloads? Things are going to start to become very, very clear to you. So go back over some of the stuff that you've written. Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacles. Exactly. Overcome any obstacles by that energy of understanding that duality is necessary. It's for me. I am growing. I'm expanding. So you see, the next time this situation comes up, I'm going to do things in this way. I'm going to move out of the way of this particular situation. I'm going to work with this type of team. And, you know, I'm going to be very, very open about what I want so that I can have what I want. So you're not going to just be like, if I did it, I would have just done it like this. No one don't know what you would do. Talk it, you know, and you'll be surprised how many the support systems will just come out of the woodworks for you. You don't have to be alone, and you don't have to feel as though everything is on your shoulders. So lastly, Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. Yes. How do you reclaim your power? Yeah. You be kind to yourself, number one, and you find peace in the duality. In all situations, find peace. There is power in finding peace in chaos, or finding peace in your emotional moments, you know, and saying, look, I'm sad today, you know, I don't know, I'm just going to allow myself to feel what I feel. There's power in that. Instead of shoving down your throat 50,000 positive messages to try and act as if and not allowing that emotion to have its 5 minutes of fame. Like, allow it to have its time. There's a reason. Allow something to happen. You know what I mean? It informs you being kind to yourself. And we don't realize it's all right. No, I'm good. And that doesn't inform much self-love. Yes, it gives you the motivation in part, but there is something that's lacking. There's a part of you that hasn't been able to be heard. And then that becomes trapped energy. So please don't trap your energy in pretending. Yeah. If you're feeling shitty, you're feeling shitty. It's not going to be going on forever. It's okay. Yeah, reclaiming your power is recognizing duality is necessary, and you have the right to choose. Yeah, you have the right to choose, and how long you sit in the fog. I wouldn't sit there very long if I were you, but you have the choice, you know, for the light and the dark, and to move forward. So, my lovelies, this week, move forward. It's okay. Take one step at a time. If you buck your toe, it's not the end of the world. The emotions are there to inform what you want now. So speak it into existence and let it be known across the masses so that your team and your support systems come to your aid, because they're there, you know. So yes, much love.
Jeez, I love that. And I think that was a hard message for many people to maybe receive. So I'll be first to say, guys, that that's speaking into my past and my present as well. There's many things I did listen to. I was like, oh, that's definitely what I said yesterday. Like, you know, it was that real.
Wow. I love that.
I was having a goal. Like I said, I was doing a lot and it just felt like this is never gonna end. So I had to cut things. You know, so guys, you know, it's all right to allow yourself to go into your feelings. I think that's one of the major things that they get from this. You know, don't have a crutch. You know, it's all good to, if you want drink, you want eat good food, you want smoke, whatever you do, we all have our things, right? It's all right, but don't use that to bring you back to your equilibrium. There's times where you have to specifically cut those things out when you're feeling bad and say, let me sit in this for a moment. Let me deal with what it is so I can see the way through. You know, I heard a beautiful phrase and it was like, the things you can't get over is because you have to go through it.
Yeah. Ugh. That hit me in my tummy. Oh, no.
You know.
Woo! Wow. Brother Daryl. Say it again one more time, Brother Daryl.
Yeah.
For the people in the back.
Yeah, you can't get over certain things because you have to go through them, you know, and that is so real. We don't give ourselves the time to feel, like I said, feel shitty when you need to feel shitty. There's certain time you need to complain and just say to people, yo, look, you know, I feel like the world is on my shoulders so that people can recognize, yo, this brother needs help. I would say it's especially more certain time for men, you know, certain men really, we try to go on like say, yo, nothing at me, you know, I'm the strong one. I will fight for my family, fight for everything. But then, you know, you get hit with the emotion and we kind of throw that away. And I'm the first to say I'm one of the first to do that. You know, I will go with it. Yeah, it's cool. I got him. I've got Taken. Yeah, cool. I'll have him for 10 days. You know, whilst I'm working full time, trying to run my business. It's cool. I'll do it. You know, by the time day 5 reach, you're like, bruh, you know, this is like a bit peak. We have energy. So it's all right, guys, for whatever we're going through, to accept where we are lacking. You know, there's no amount of positive thought that can allow you to lift a burden you cannot lift yet. The positive thought can only prep you to do the work you need to do so that in the future you're able to lift it. So there needs to be, like I said, that duality. Understand that you're working towards something. But if you're not there yet, you're not there yet. You know, and that acceptance, like I said, even, you know, the emotional loss, the walking away. Walk away from the story you told yourself that you can do it all yourself. Walk away from it. It's all right. You know what I mean? We all have to do this. We all have to sit down and cry our eyes out certain time, accept the fear that we are feeling, and then do it anyway. That's when the strength comes, is when you've accepted it, and then you're like, all right, cool. Well, like you said, it's time for me to show up, because I said to my family, I'm going to show up. So I still show up, but I don't show up acting like I'm 100%. I show up and I tell my kids, for example, today I'm not feeling 100, you know, be easy on me. And children you know, really appreciate that. At a certain time, my son will be like, are you okay, Dad? He'll bring me water and everything else. He will do that during the day, because I will say to him, yo, Tegan, you know what? I'm feeling a bit emotional today, and that is hard to do. So again, anybody who found what you were saying hard to accept, just accept it, guys. It's all right. It's cool. We got you. You need to speak to certain people, reach out to people and speak to them. Tell them how you're feeling so that you're able to do the action from the right place. Because if you're shooting, let's say if you're trying to make a shot, if you make a shot thinking you're 2 meters in the wrong direction and you're trying to shoot like you're 2 meters to the left, you're going to miss every single time because you're shooting from the wrong place. So,
and you feel upset.
But you're lying to yourself. You ain't shot from the right place. So accepting where you are, accepting the feelings, accepting the emotions, accepting the negative thoughts, and then saying, "Yo, I'm thinking these. I've been thinking them. Maybe I'm thinking them for years." It puts you back into the right place, so that when you're aiming towards your goal, you recognize where you are. In coaching, we have to do that. We always will start with how you're feeling in the now. Yeah. We don't say where you want to go first, because that's really irrelevant. We need to know where you are, because that's your foundation. I think we got the Page of Pentacles, which I think Pentacles is Earth, and Page is the beginning from what you were saying. So it's like, start from where you are, so that energy, can take you where you need to go, but you need to recognize where we are. So this is a good week to even know all of that again, and then take that review for the next couple of days. And then when the full moon comes, it's about cutting out the things that are, because remember, that's what we do. We put the intention out in the new moon. The full moon comes, we're then clearing the stuff out. So take this next week to really put your intention out, do all the work that you need to do. If you find the things that need to get cut, cool, hand in that notice, tell that person, leave me alone, do all of the things that you need to do, so that in the new moon you can say, all right, cool, let me go to that stage where I'm reaching out to the right people. I'm putting the right things back into my life to refuel myself, because I've been putting out my energy into things that were not in the right intention, let it burn a bit. It's very intentional. Thanks, Nads. And thank you, everyone, for all of the support, all of the comments. We could do it without you, but we wouldn't want to do it without you. We're family and we love you. Just to put it out there. Facts, you make our Sunday mornings healing, honestly. Yeah. So, yes, guys, reach out. We will be doing the full moon meditation. This one will be a recording, which would be really cool. So you can look at it at any time that you want as well. And then there'll be another link I'll be putting in for a dance. It's like using emotional freedom techniques on the full moon. So I'll be doing the reading. I'm like a guest speaker there. And then my good friend will be taking us through, Belke Flow should be taking you through like emotional freedom techniques, which I think is a good thing to do on a full moon, because you're releasing all of the energy that you have. So I hope I see some of you there. You can see a reading in person, which I've never really done it in person. So, I'm feeling a bit like, ooh, this is gonna be different. But if there's anything, guys, you want us to speak on as well, on our channels, on our Instagrams, reach out to us both, and make sure you follow Empress Vibrant as well on YouTube. Make sure you're following. The content is good. The content is really good. Book your readings. Small businesses live and die from the support we get from the people that are around us. What time is all of this happening? So it's 7 o'clock onwards. And yeah, I'll put out a post on that for the full moon one. The full moon meditation that me and Empress are doing, we're going to be recording it, and I'll make it available from let's say Thursday, so you can download it before the time and prep it up. So yeah, all of that is in the pipework, and you'll just follow our pages. I'll make sure I share it. It'll be a post, it'll be a story. The link will be in the bio, so it'll be available for everyone. So yeah, we're gonna say I love you all. And this is my stuff. I'm plugging my stuff, get readings, get coaching, all of this stuff. But I'm really making sure everybody does the same for Empress as well. Like, she's doing big stuff, guys. Teaching unis. There's a time when you have to go where the fire is. So let me just throw the fire. and make sure that you guys are literally, you're getting the readings. It's just important. She's so powerful. I couldn't do what I do without Empress. Honestly, like week in, week out, I couldn't. The conversations that we have. So, guys, reach out.
Man. Big up and stay forever.
Yeah, we need this, and it is the time. It is the time. So, anything else you guys want us to touch on? Just let us know. Have a blessed Sunday. Spend some time with your families. Chill out. Sleep a little bit longer if you need to sleep a couple times before the week start. And
I love that.
we will see you again on Sunday. Well, next Sunday, guys. Stay blessed, and we'll see you again soon. You're perfect by design. I almost forgot to say it.
I'm waiting for that. Oh. Take care, everybody.
Take care, everyone. Rest.
Much love.